Welcome to Live Interactive English. I am your host, Shane.
And I'm your host, Nina.
And today, what are we looking at?
Day 2 of Botox, from dangerous toxin to useful treatment.
Right, so in day 1, we learned that this is a killer disease, right? If you're to eat it and you get this bacteria, it's toxic to your body, could actually kill you.
Yes.
But then they found out that it could actually be used for medical usage, and the most common way that we use Botox is to inject it into places like wrinkles, and try to smooth out the skin.
Yeah.
So I remember in the intro to day 1, you mentioned you never have done Botox, and you have friends who've done Botox. Would you consider doing it?
I think as I get older, I do think about, maybe I could try it. But then again, I've also heard that it's very painful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So some of my friends that have done it, they're like, oh, it hurts the most here, or it hurts the most there. And I'm like, oh. And I am quite a wimp when it comes to pain. So I'm not sure I could do it. And I'm not sure how much I want it.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, there is something beautiful about growing old.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Like for me, I feel like it would be nice to get rid of some of the wrinkles that I have. But to me, it's more about the cost of it. Yeah. And it's not like something you do just one time and then you're fixed forever. Yeah. You have to maintain it, and that just means more money. And luckily, as a man, having a few wrinkles, like you said, the beauty of aging, men get more of a pass to age and not really be judged by the aging.
Yeah, I think probably women have more of this expectations of them, right? Of looking a certain way.
Okay, well, let's get into day 2.
Okay.
As time passed, doctors began using Botox to treat an increasing number of health problems. Today, it is used to treat many common conditions. For example, some people have muscle spasms that make their bodies move uncontrollably. Botox injections can relax these muscles and reduce pain. It is also used to help people who sweat too much. A few small injections can stop their bodies from producing too much sweat. Botox is even used to treat severe headaches. Some people suffer from frequent, very painful headaches that last for hours or even days. Injections of Botox can reduce this pain and allow people to live their daily lives more comfortably.
Okay, as we promised, day 2, Botox, from dangerous toxin to useful treatment.
Okay, let's learn more about it. As time passed, doctors began using Botox to treat an increasing number of health problems. Okay, today it is used to treat many common conditions. So before, in part 1, we did learn that it was a toxin that came from spoiled sausages, but then they learned that it can help with this eye alignment condition.
Right. Have medical uses.
Exactly. Yeah. And then that it helped with smoothing out wrinkles. Yeah. But I guess now there's actually more to it.
There's more to it. So for example, some people have muscle spasms that make their bodies move uncontrollably. Botox injections can relax these muscles and reduce pain. It is also used to help people who sweat too much.
That is very interesting.
I do remember seeing that on a TV show where somebody had problems. Some people have like a genetic problem where they sweat too much. And a person who had like really sweaty hands, they injected them with lots of Botox and it got rid of the sweaty hand problem.
Oh, wow. That is really cool. Also, that it relaxes muscles for people who have muscle spasm.
Right. So a spasm is it's to move or jerk suddenly in a way that you can't control. It usually happens to muscles when they tighten up very quickly and unexpectedly.
Oh, that reminds me. I do have a friend that got Botox here on her shoulder because I think she had tight muscles there. So she's got it done. It really helped it loosen up.
Spasms, yeah.
Yeah, it really helped it loosen up.
Okay, so for example, you could say, my hand spasmed when I touched the freezing water.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。第一天的课文提到说，医生发现肉毒杆菌毒素可以用在医疗上，把少量的肉毒杆菌素注射到肌肉当中时，会使肌肉放松，并且呢，可以用来治疗双眼无法正确对齐的疾病。这时候 Nina 老师用到 alignment 这个名词 ，A-L-I-G-N-M-E-N-T alignment， 它表示对齐排列。好，那么课文接着提到说，随着时间过去，医生开始用肉毒治疗越来越多的健康问题。如今，它被用来治疗许多常见的疾病，像是肌肉痉挛。那么，肉毒注射可以放松这些肌肉，并减轻疼痛。它还可以用来帮助出汗过多的人。Shane 老师就提到说，他有在电视节目看过这样的案例，因为基因问题而出汗过多，那透过肉毒注射真的可以有效改善。好，老师提到 genetic 这个形容词 G-E-N-E-T-I-C， 它是形容基因的或者是遗传的、遗传学的。再来看到单字 spasm 这个名词，它表示痉挛或抽搐。那么 Shane 老师还有提到 jerk J-E-R-K， 那这个动词它可以表达突然的抽、拉或是移动。接话课文中。
Okay, now continuing. A few small injections can stop their bodies from producing too much sweat. Botox is even used to treat severe headaches. Wow. So severe is very bad or serious. For example, she suddenly experienced severe back pain.
I never heard of that before.
That is very
I'm not a person
interesting.
who gets headaches very often, but I have a friend who gets bad headaches quite often.
Yeah.
We call it migraine. It's like a really bad one.
Yeah.
I wonder. Maybe I should mention Botox as a possible solution.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before, but I also suffer from headaches often, so that would be very interesting.
I wonder where they shoot it, into your brain?
That's what I was thinking. Like, where do they use it?
Yeah. Okay. Some people suffer from frequent, very painful headaches that last for hours or even days.
Wow.
Injections of Botox can reduce this pain and allow people to live their daily lives more comfortably.
Okay, yeah, they did mention that it does help reduce pain, right?
Yeah. Okay, so when we say frequent, frequent is an adjective. It means something that happens often or many times. If something is frequent, it happens again and again and again. So for example, the North has frequent rain in the spring.
课文提到肉毒甚至被用来治疗严重头痛，有些人会出现持续好几个小时，甚至是好几天频繁又痛苦的头痛。那注射肉毒可以减轻这些疼痛，让人们就可以更舒适的过日常生活。那么讲到头痛时 ，Shane 老师有提到 migraine 这个字 ，M-I-G-R-A-I-N-E，migraine 表示偏头痛，而单字 severe 它是形容非常严重的或剧烈的。Frequent 则是形容经常的、频繁的。好，接华课文中。
Okay, so we're learning even more about the benefits of Botox. It's not just used to get rid of wrinkles.
Exactly, because when we hear Botox, most people think, oh, it's just for beauty. But it actually has so many medicinal purposes, right?
Very interesting. Why don't we take a short break and we'll be right back.
Despite its benefits, Botox is not perfect. Some people may experience side effects after injections. Their faces might temporarily freeze up, which makes it hard to smile or show emotions. In rare cases, Botox can spread to other parts of the body and cause weakness or breathing difficulties. Once thought of only as a deadly poison, botulinum toxin is now used to make Botox, a useful cosmetic and medical treatment. Whether you'd like to look younger or ease a headache, just remember, when it comes to treatments, it's all about picking your poison.
Welcome back. Hopefully you had a nice break. Like I had a little bit of coffee on my break. Keep me awake. Keep me hyped up.
Okay.
All right, so let's remind everybody, before the break, we learned that Botox actually has some other medicinal uses. One of them being for spasms. People have muscle spasms. Can get injections for to control those muscle spasms.
Indeed.
People sweaty, like have sweaty skin or sweat too much, can be injected with that. And it could also be used for people with severe headaches. So quite a few benefits.
Yes, indeed. But, dun dun dun, despite its benefits, Botox is not perfect. Okay, I can imagine. Some people may experience side effects after injections. Okay, so despite means even though something happened or even though. For example, despite being tired, Brian stayed up to finish his homework.
Okay. So something happened, Brian was tired, but no matter what, he still stayed up and finished his homework like a good boy.
Yeah, so even though people have a lot of benefits from Botox, you know, there's still some people that experience side effects.
Okay, so their faces might temporarily freeze up, which makes it hard to smile or show emotions. Yeah, this is like, especially in the early days of Botox, this will seem to be a bigger problem, where you just look very like stiff, right? You can't really smile right, and you know, you don't really have quite a lot of facial expressions. I think that Botox has actually improved over the years to make it look more natural. But it also could be, in this case, I'm not sure, maybe it's even an allergic reaction in some people. So when we say temporarily, it temporarily freezes up, right? That means something that happens for a short time, but not forever. If something is temporary, it will change or end soon. All right, so for example, the road is temporarily closed for repairs.
Okay, well, at least it's temporary, right?
Yes.
Because imagine if your face froze up forever. That would be something that no one would actually want to try.
Froze is the past tense of freeze.
Yeah,
so what is freeze?
Freeze is to become very cold and hard. And in this case, it's usually when something is frozen, it cannot move, right?
Yeah.
It's hard.
You could talk about if something, like if your face freezes up, it doesn't necessarily need to get cold.
Yeah, it
doesn't. But it will look hard and not move very well.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
For example, my fingers froze up in the cold weather and I couldn't hold my phone. It's like, stuck. So usually something that's frozen is stuck, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
So continuing, in rare cases, Botox can spread to other parts of the body and cause weakness or breathing difficulties. Okay, so obviously, you know, in the beginning, people who had this bacteria did experience breathing difficulties or they had other issues. So it does make sense that if you inject this into your body, maybe it goes to where it shouldn't be going to and cause these issues.
It reminds me of the phrase in English, there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? So there's still going to be some side effects or some, you know, dangers to using Botox.
Yeah.
Because originally it is kind of a dangerous thing, right? Okay.
老师们刚刚有整理前面提到的肉毒杆菌毒素医疗用途，这时候老师用到 medicinal 这个形容词，就是把 medicine 后面的 e 去掉，再加 al， 构成这个形容词，可以形容药用的或是用于治疗的。好，那么课文接着提到说，尽管肉毒有这些益处，但它并非完美。有些人在注射后可能会出现副作用，像是脸部可能会暂时僵硬，让微笑或者是表达情感变得困难。 那么在极少数的情况中，肉毒可能会扩散到身体其他部位，导致虚弱或是呼吸困难。Shane 老师这时候提到过敏性反应，那我们学一下 allergic 这个形容词 allergic，allergic 可以形容过敏的。而课文单字 despite 表示尽管不管，注意它是介系词后面要接名词或动名词。那么 temporarily 副词它表示暂时地、临时地。freeze 当动词可以表达使结冰、僵硬或者是停滞，后面常常会搭配 up。那它的动词三态是 freeze、froze、frozen。好，这边还有一个重点是 make it 形容词加上不定词 to be， 可以表达使做某事变得怎么样。这样的句型呢，其实是由 make 受词加形容词演变而来。当这个受词是不定词片语 to be 时，我们要用虚受词 it 来代替这个受词的位置，把真正的受词 to be 移到句尾，那就形成了 make it 形容词 to be。这个 to be 前面还可以加入 for somebody 来指出对象。例如 The wind made it difficult to light the candles. 风使得蜡烛难以点燃。好，这回到课文中。
Okay, continuing. Once thought of only as a deadly poison, botulinum toxin is now used to make Botox, a useful cosmetic and medical treatment.
Okay.
Now, when we say something is cosmetic, it means something that is used to improve the way something looks.
Yes.
But it doesn't change how it works. People often use the word for things like makeup or small changes to a building or some other kind of object, right?
So something for the outside.
Just kind of for the appearance.
Yes.
Not the function.
So whether you'd like to look younger or ease a headache, just remember, when it comes to treatments, it's all about picking your poison. Yeah.
So to pick your poison kind of means like when you say pick your poison, it just means take a choice of things that are something that might be bad for you.
Yeah, so multiple options of something that might be bad for you.
Right.
So here it's kind of like a wordplay because it literally is a poison.
Yeah, it literally is a poison, right.
肉毒杆菌素曾被认为只是一种致命的剧毒，现在则被用来制造成一种有用的美容及医疗疗法。课文最后提醒我们，无论是想要看起来更年轻，或是缓解头痛，都要记住，说到疗法，一切都取决于你如何选择你的毒药。文中他用 pick one's poison。意思是说，在两难当中选择一个能接受的选项或处境，而作者在这边就是用文字游戏，以字面意思选某人的毒药来强调说保妥适它源自于一种致命剧毒的这个事实。好，那么单字 cosmetic 则是形容美容的、化妆用的。这边还有两个重点，第一个是表达认为点点点、视为点点点的句型，我们用 think of 还有 see 或是 view 都可以表达认为怎么样、视为怎么样。那句型会是 think of, see 或 view 加上某人或某事物，加 as 再加名词或形容词。例如 Ian thinks of himself as an optimist. Ian 认为自己是个乐观主义者。His friends see him as outgoing. 他的朋友认为他很外向。第二个重点是 when it comes to 加上名词或动名词，就是表达说到点点点，提到点点点。When it comes to 加上名词或动名词，可以把它摆在句首或句中，那就要注意这个 to 是介系词，所以后面是接名词或动名词哦。例如 I'm all thumbs when it comes to baking. 说到烘焙，我一窍不通。那我们也学一下 be all thumbs. 10根手指头如果都是大拇指，做事情就会很笨拙不灵巧嘛，所以这个用语表达笨手笨脚 I'm all thumbs 就可以表达自己一窍不通的意思哦。好，接回到课文中。
Okay, so now we have a what do you think? Do you think the benefits of Botox are worth the risk of side effects, Shane?
You're asking me.
Yeah.
I would say yes. I believe that Botox has many benefits. So I think they kind of outweigh the risks. And especially knowing how common it is now And with, I think, the state of the technology, I think it's becoming less and less common for there to be serious side effects. And, everything that you do, like when it comes to trying to improve yourself, even if you exercise, there are risks.
There are risks
right?
with everything.
You can pull a muscle or hurt your knee or trip and fall. So I'm going to be on the side of that. I think it's worth the risk.
Okay,
How
cool.
about you?
I think if I really needed it, then yes.
If you really needed it, then yes.
Yes.
You'd be willing to take the risks.
Yeah, I would be willing to take the risks.
Okay.
But it does seem like the risks are very low or they're quite minimal.
Yeah.
Especially, like you said, how commonly it's used nowadays. They've probably worked out most of the kinks, right?
Yeah, that's what we think. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for Botox. Hopefully you learned something and, maybe one day you might need a Botox injection.
Maybe.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
All right,
Bye-bye.
As time passed, doctors began using Botox to treat an increasing number of health problems. Today, it is used to treat many common conditions. For example, some people have muscle spasms that make their bodies move uncontrollably. Botox injections can relax these muscles and reduce pain. It is also used to help people who sweat too much. A few small injections can stop their bodies from producing too much sweat. Botox is even used to treat severe headaches. Some people suffer from frequent, very painful headaches that last for hours or even days. Injections of Botox can reduce this pain and allow people to live their daily lives more comfortably. Despite its benefits, Botox is not perfect. Some people may experience side effects after injections. Their faces might temporarily freeze up, which makes it hard to smile or show emotions. In rare cases, Botox can spread to other parts of the body and cause weakness or breathing difficulties. Once thought of only as a deadly poison, botulinum toxin is now used to make Botox, a useful cosmetic and medical treatment. Whether you'd like to look younger or ease a headache, just remember, when it comes to treatments, it's all about picking your poison.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 severe 是形容非常严重的、剧烈的 ，frequent 是形容经常的、频繁的 ，despite 是介系词，表示尽管、不管 ，temporarily 副词表示暂时的、临时的 ，freeze 当动词可以表达使结冰、僵硬或是停滞。文法的部分，我们第一个学到 make it 形容词加上不定词 to be 是表达说使做某事变得怎么样 ，to be 前面可以加上 for somebody 指出对象。第二个，我们学到了认为、视为的句型，那可以用 think of、see 或 view 加某人或某事物，加 as 后面接名词或形容词。第三个，我们学到 when it comes to 加名词或动名词，表示说到什么、提到什么，那就要注意 to 是介系词，后面是接名词或动名词哦。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Hey Winnie, what are you writing?
Oh, I'm just writing a postcard to Tom.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, you only wrote down a recipient's address. You should also write down your sender's address.
You don't need one for a postcard.
You don't need one, but if you want Tom to send you a reply, you should leave one.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Do you know where the nearest post office is?
Well, you already have a postage stamp, so we don't need to go to the post office. We can just go to the mailbox downstairs.
Oh, you're right. Okay, can you show me?
Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Ah, right downstairs, so it's pretty convenient.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
No, Winnie. The green mailbox is for domestic mail.
Oh.
You want the red mailbox. It's for international mail.
Oh, yeah, well, this letter is going to London, so, okay.
And if you want to get your letter or your mail tracked, you can bring it to the post office and get it registered.
Oh, well, it's just a postcard, so I think it's okay. See you later.
That's it for today's Kiwi on the Street.
Hopefully today's episode will encourage you to write some more snail mail.
Yes, but you don't have to send us a snail mail. You can follow us at...
And follow us on Instagram, DM, or email us if you have any questions about how to say something in English. Kiki, do you have anything left to say?
Mail time!
Kiwi later.